Howdy, cadre. Not sure when you'll see this one. Might sit on this for a little while. I did some documentation. Be gone, rain. So, yeah, I kind of mapped out these ravines. So what we have here is, I think, our spawn point, and 0, and our starter chest. And heading west, we hit the ravines. And what I've done is I flew around and got the coordinates for the ends of each of the 6 ravines so that I could kind of map them out. And if we settle back here to the south, yeah, it's pretty interesting. These all cross each other, or I wouldn't have seen them. There is one, the one to the west only crosses, just the tip of this one. But then these all intersect. Yeah, and there's even this one that curves up here. It's almost parallel with the surface ravine. Did I? Oh yeah, that's north. Okay. So yeah, and then just seeing the layout, I decided to kind of name them simply so I could start getting my bearings. So yeah, this one that cuts through here and goes off towards spawn, I'm calling east. This one that follows on the east side of the surface ravine and curves around up under the hill, I'm calling that north. And that one skirts by that little pit we found. So I probably can connect that pretty easily there. The one out there, calling west for obvious reasons. This first cross ravine that I noticed that curves around and points to the south, I'm calling south, and that gets the closest to the village down there. And there are some more caves in there that probably could be connected with this easily. And it's even interesting to notice that this east ravine comes very close to meeting these, so probably it would be easy to get a little passageway, kind of like a secret passage in there to get from the south ravine over to the north ravine without getting near the surface ravine. Yeah, so the only one I haven't mentioned is this one here that cuts across. It joins with the west ravine, kind of near its southern tip. But it's a really narrow one that cuts across the south ravine twice. And it comes across the bottom of the surface ravine. Anyway, so I'm going to call that a cross ravine. And it might make a good kind of main avenue especially since it cuts from west over to east, and I think we can join it up with these other ones easily. Anyways, then even up here, it looks like North Ravine and West Ravine could probably be connected without too much work. Maybe a path here headed straight east, just a little tiny tunnel, and that would make this whole thing a big loop. Yeah, this is going to be fun to build with, because I think if I put a layer of glass down and then put water over it, this would turn into a lake. I mean, it's kind of cut through a hill here. I guess we could kind of make it a cascade. Be nice if we had a river to connect to. Let's see, what would be the other option? I guess we could make a high lake up to here and then have it just cascade down. Maybe have it flow into that pond. So yeah, maybe there'd be some stone under here, but the main idea is that if this is glass with water over it, that's all transparent and will let sunlight through. So yeah, I think we could still grow crops and farm trees and stuff down here. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Because you can imagine, even if you just quickly cleaned up the surfaces here and dug a few holes as little like houses, rooms, this would be a crazy underground village down here. And then with each of these ravines, there's an opportunity to kind of craft a different feel, different mood. I don't know, it's tempting to leave this open to the rain and stuff. The question is, like, yeah, part of what I want to do is conceal it. One strategy I was thinking about is kind of ringing it tightly with trees, and maybe even extending the leaves by hand over this quite a bit. Maybe there'd be some holes between the trees, but for the most part you wouldn't see it as you approached it. There is a natural forest there, so it would just kind of be an extension of that. Oh, what is the fire? Oh, good, it went out. So, anyways, yeah, and there's a lot of natural caves around. I've kind of named this the 5 Lakes, and there's a cave right in the middle of the 5 Lakes, which I think, it kind of warms to the surface here, but I think it'll be easy enough to join that up with the Cross Cavern here and South Cavern. Yeah, I was thinking about words as I do. Ravine works pretty well when it's on the surface. I mean, in a way, Canyon does too, but this is just, a gash in the earth. It's like a wound opened up. Either a chunk sliced out or ripped open. But I don't know, underneath, I guess that's why. I mean, underground, would you call that a ravine still? You wouldn't call it a canyon, but chasm comes to mind. But that, I think more of looking down into a chasm. Whoa. Okay, lightning. Yeah, but cavern certainly works, but ravine... I don't know if there's a name for a narrow, tall... Yeah, so... I guess I don't have a good name for the surface ravine yet. Oh, I don't think I even showed you my maps. So yeah, okay, we're facing north here. So yeah, you can obviously see the surface ravine, and there's some natural white stone down there. But I've kind of traced out on the surface with diorite. These ravines. So the south ravine comes up from I guess I named this the Grotto. It's the closest point to the village, and it's kind of this sunken pond. So yeah, the South Chasm comes up and around to the Five Lakes. Cross Cavern is that narrow one that comes from the Five Lakes straight across to this wooded hill, and that's how you get to the West Chasm. That comes up here, and there are a lot of caves up near here, I think. Yeah, there's a bunch of caves just up in this hill. The North Chasm comes up under the hill and runs around our pond and our pit and ends just before getting to the South Chasm. Then we've got the East Chasm, which comes from the plains here across and kind of points off towards our spawn point where we started. And yeah, so as long as I'm documenting them, this is north, which comes just from there and curves around. There's a mine here. Yeah, I know that. That's where the hill is too. Then we've got... So this is where like 4 of them intersect. This upper one is south, which curves around and points off towards the village. The one that crosses that lower is Cross, and this one's thin and straight, and comes way over here. Wait. Cross gets to... Yeah, Cross gets to west. So this is west, which doesn't come too far south. But west comes from Cross all the way up here. And I believe we'll be able to tunnel somewhere in here to get to those caves into north. So I haven't lit these fully, but all these rods are temporary. I just want fewer noises annoying me when I'm working. What? That's Cross. I just haven't lit it well. Huh, is this a ravine? Looks more like a cave. It's a tiny ravine. I don't think I got to the end of that. Is this the other end of Cross? No. There's the 7th one here. We're facing south. Yeah, it was dark enough that even with all my flying around, I missed it. And it kind of just joins up. I mean, this is where it ends. Here. But it almost joins up with the surface ravine, basically. But yeah, this goes way up here, so that's gonna... Okay, we're way down south. There we are. Interesting. So from here we could tunnel west to get to the end of South Ravine. And this kind of continues the path of North Ravine that comes down the east end. It's just from here you would veer right. Not that much. Oh, that's right. I've got to tunnel through to get to that. It's going to be... Yeah. Like a hidden passage here, we'll get it. Huh. I swear we're close. Anyway, yeah, I thought I'd document this further. I might not share it soon, but I might throw it up there just as a mixer. Whatever, it's all Minecraft, but this is a different flavor of stuff. We're just documenting. Yeah, so that other one we missed heads south. that also heads towards the village. It ends up under this lake, but it cuts from I think right there. I think I can see it. Down to here. Yeah, anyways, the overall plan I wasn't going to talk about, but then I changed my mind. Yeah, it's just to turn this into an underground. Yeah, I don't even know what to call it. I mean, it's going to be not just a city. I mean, part of my thought is this area in the center where so many ravines cross. I think I'll make a village. I'll probably even put villagers in it eventually. But I want like an underground civilization feel. But then some of these other ravines will just be kind of experiences. Underground caverns, maybe mushroom farm areas, mushroom fields, and with some of the new, well, I could just show you some of that. With some of the new vines and stuff, weeping vines, warped roots, twisting vines. And I haven't played with this much, but in the nether there's the giant mushrooms. Anyways, yeah, and I'll probably have one ravine that's dark, that I just use some of the like darkest building materials I can find and just scarce lighting. And some of these might even be fun to just kind of adventure through, fight things, travel through. Anyway, yeah, the plan is to maybe build something that I maybe share with someone at some point. Just as a way to share my skills and sensibilities as a builder. As a Minecraft player, I could give you my CV that includes a BS in architecture, but we won't bother with that right now. MFA! Anywho, insert catchphrase here.